I'm not a health expert. I'm not a political expert. I kind of tend to stay in my own lane of what I know and don't know. So with the upcoming election, I'm not here to debate topics of views or who's going to win or not. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of if clients knowing today what they know about the potential outcomes, is there anything that clients and taxpayers might want to be aware of, regardless of any outcome in the presidential election, the Senate, that maybe they can look to take advantage of before year end in particular? Because I think that's a really important topic to highlight potentially for a lot of our audience.
Yeah, good question, Mark. And I agree with you. I'm not a political expert nor a health expert, but um, you know, in my experience in my practice with over 30 years of doing this, um, it's very unlikely that there's going to be any significant tax changes in the 2021 tax year, for example. So we're in the sunset of 2020. Um, Regardless of the election, whether the current administration stays or there's a new administration, it's highly unlikely that there would be any tax changes next year. Um, if there is, it would likely occur in 2022. So I expect, and this is a prediction, I expect that tax rates at least will maintain consistency into 2021. In terms of kind of some strategies as a result of the pandemic, the COVID pandemic has caused a lot of businesses, a lot of individuals to incur losses. And, in terms of creating lemonade out of a lemon, if a taxpayer has a loss, maybe it's a net operating loss, under the CARES Act, they can now carry that back up to 5 years to obtain refunds of prior year's taxes. They can also carry it forward as well. But another good strategy that certainly dovetails with your expertise and how you work with clients is also looking to convert traditional IRA money into a Roth. So that becomes very tax advantageous when a client's in a very low tax bracket. Conversion from a traditional IRA into a Roth is a taxable event. So if a client has a zero tax rate this year because of losses, then they may have an opportunity to convert traditional IRA into a Roth and create a better long-term strategy for themselves. And that may actually be a better choice to do that than to either carry the net operating losses back or to carry them forward. And certainly that requires, some good sessions with you and their advisors to determine if that's the right decision to make.
Right. Yeah, that there's several you highlighted, and I think that last one is something that we're seeing a lot more discussion with clients around, because one, it's doesn't perhaps take as much complicated thought, right away. I think it's in front of us. We can definitely jump into it, but the tax aspect is where it gets complicated, as you know, because going forward, you have to think about how to pay the tax. How does the math shape up in the future? So it seems like there are some things that people can take advantage of now with what they have in front of them without necessarily knowing, like you highlighted. I think that we don't know maybe what's going to happen down the road, but perhaps now what we do know, there are some opportunities that clients can take advantage of now that could save them some tax in the future or right now. So that's good to hear.